Hi, welcome to Marlene at Home, and I'm Marlene, and this episode is called Christmas Toys from the Past. But before I start that, I wanted to tell you some big news. We will not be having a Marlene at Home video next week. In the month of December, I'm just taping the first week of December, this one you're watching, and the third week in December. So December 19th will be the next video after this one. And then, after almost 70 weekly videos, Marlene at Home will be ending on December 19th. It's not to say that I might not come back at another time, do a short series or do a single program, but the weekly Marlene at Home program that's gone on for over a year and a quarter, almost 70 episodes, will be ending. It's been wonderful for me, and I just love all of my audience, but we can talk about that later. Let's get back to Christmas toys from the past. I've asked some of the staff members from my branch, the North Carroll branch of Carroll County Public Library, to share with you and with me what their favorite Christmas toys of the past are. So I'm going to start off by sharing some of my staff's favorite memories. The first person we'll see will be Miss Roberta, that is the circulation senior clerk of our circulation department. So let me turn it over to Roberta. Roberta, tell me your story about one of your favorite Christmas toys.
Hi, this is Mobo, and Mobo was my childhood favorite toy. I just loved him, and I still have him. He lives in my kitchen, and he is actually a toy that was made in the 1950s. He was made in England, and he is original. As you can see, he has never been redone as far as paint or anything, so he's absolutely original and very good condition. Most of them that you see are not as in this good condition. I saw this one in a yard sale, actually, even though this one is not my childhood. I have another one that is my childhood horse, but he's not in as good condition, and he is sitting out in my yard. And a funny story about him, he was my brother's horse, as it turns out. My brother is 6 years older than me, and I did not know that it was his toy first. I thought it was always my toy. And I mentioned it to him one day, and he said, "Well, sis, that was my toy." And he picked the toy up, put it in his truck, and took it home. And I was heartbroken. And then later on, I explained to him that I did not know it was his toy. He's 6 years older than me, and I do not remember him ever playing with it. I thought Mobo was mine. And my brother felt so bad about it, he said he felt like a heel, so he brought the horse back to me and is now sitting back in my front yard. But then I saw this horse in a yard sale, and I thought, he's in excellent condition. You don't hardly ever see one in this good a condition, and he wasn't nearly as expensive as they should be, because a horse in this condition, is antique, would usually cost around $500, and I didn't pay anything close to that. So I bought him, took him home, and he now sits in my kitchen.
Now, Roberta, tell us how he works.
He works by a child sitting on the horse and pushing down on the stirrups. And he has wheels, so he would move as the child was pushing down on the stirrups.
Well, there we go. Roberta's favorite horse is called Mobo, her favorite Christmas toy, or one of her favorite Christmas toys. Two more of Roberta's favorite toys. This was one of her dolls. This is a Madame Alexandria doll, and this doll's name was Cece. And you can see she had long hair, her eyes move, her arms and her legs, and her knees bend, her arms bend, her arm moves. And so a well-loved and very adorable Cece, Madame Alexander doll, that was one of Roberta's favorite dolls that she had. Another memorable, and I can't say toy really, but it is a toy. You already met her favorite horse, Mobo. Well, a dear special friend of hers a couple of years ago gave her a very special gift. This is a glass Mobo. Paul, I don't know if you can zero in on that, but this is a glass Mobo, and it's a Christmas ornament. There's a hook right here that you would put a Christmas tree hook on, and it would hang. But here it even has the little reins on it. And I know on the real Mobo, Roberta was saying many of them that she showed you a moment ago, the reins are missing from them. But her Mobo that she showed you still had the reins. And anyway, but this is a beautiful glass ornament, and it moves like Mobo. And she said she was just overwhelmed when this friend gave her this Mobo ornament. She didn't realize that that person knew how very much Mobo meant to her. Miss Donna in our adult information department, she said this: my favorite Christmas presents included Barbie dolls, which I had many of, but the year I started first grade, I had one major request. I wanted a Susie Smart doll. She had her own desk and chalkboard, and she could talk. She would say school things like, I can spell cat, C-A-T, and 2 + 2 = 4. I was so excited when I got her. I used to play school, so Susie was my star pupil. I also got another person had this listed as one of their favorite toys, and that was Roberta, who we just talked with. And so 2 people on staff mentioned Susie Smart doll. Donna also mentioned that she had another gift that she loved the same year that she got Susie Smart, and that was a Give a Show projector. I love to present shows, and Susie was definitely in the audience. Thanks, Donna. Marge in the circulation department, as a page, said her favorite Christmas toy was a Walk With Me doll. And I quote, this was something that I really wanted because it could walk next to me when I held its hand. It was very low tech, but wow, a walking doll. Thanks, Marge. This is a picture of Nikki, one of our circulation clerks at North Carroll, and she was so excited on Christmas morning. The blonde Cabbage Patch on the right is Lori Eleanor, my first Cabbage Patch doll. The second photo is Christmas morning amongst the wrapping paper debris. I believe it was Christmas 1984. My parents stood in line at Toys R Us while they unloaded Cabbage Patch dolls off the truck. 1 per person. You get what you get and you don't get upset. Luckily, with Christmas Magic, I got just what I wanted, and it was one of my favorite Christmases. I found it interesting that Nikki's first Cabbage Patch doll, her favorite one, was named Lori Eleanor, when Nikki has a daughter named Lorelei. Imagine that. Thanks, Nikki. June, our children's supervisor, said her favorite Christmas toy was a Dale Evans cowgirl doll. Even included the boots with the cowgirl outfit, the Western suit. She also came with a set of pajamas, 2 other pairs of shoes, and then a beautiful snow parka with a furry hood. This doll brought back very special memories for June, a toy of the past. Thanks, June, for sharing this beauty. Okay, here's one of my favorite toys. My grandmother would get McCall's magazine for years, and every month she would let me cut out the Betsy McCall paper dolls and the little story that were in the magazine, the ladies' magazine, every month. I begged that I would get a Betsy McCall doll in a trunk. Now, my trunk was red, but this was very similar to my doll and her dress. What I really loved about this trunk is that I could keep everything together. I could hang up the outfits on that little hook on the left. And you'll even see on the bottom left, there's a little drawer there that pulls out. You can put their shoes and little trinkets for their hair, little pieces of jewelry. And that was just so fascinating to me, and all my stuff nobody could touch. I was very upset one day when I came home and my mom did some cleaning out, and she gave this little red trunk with my Betsy McCall to my cousins. I had 3 younger girl cousins, and it went to their house. And I was like, Mom, so we don't play with it anymore. But that wasn't the point. I love that doll. Thanks, Mom. I asked my 2 girls what were their favorite Christmas toys of the past. My oldest daughter said her pink mountain bike, Buffy, our Cocker Spaniel, that loves to suck on a pacifier for hours. Just was one of the girls when they were born, and he would just, we have pictures, lots of pictures. We even had a regular 5x7 pet portrait done with his pacifier. She also said her laptop, and then she said this, I quote, I mostly remember the try-on haul of clothes after we finished opening gifts. It must be girls. My younger daughter said, a puppy, and for her, it was her dog Murphy, a Bichon that when we got him, looked like a ball of white fluff. Everybody looking at him was like, is that dog real? Just looked like a stuffed animal. She also said her Walkman and her red wagon. Oh, and her real looking baby. And this is her real looking baby. And it's wearing a sleeper that one of my girls wore. So that was some of the toys that were favorites of my girls. Going to books, I just wanted to mention, if you like to think about Christmas things of the past, there's a great library book. It's called Mid-Century Christmas, Holiday Fads, Fancies, and Fun from 1945 to 1970 by Sarah Archer. Just a lot of fun memories in this book that I've been enjoying, kind of using it even for a coffee table book right here on my coffee table. Well, once again, I want to thank you for joining me today at Marlene at Home. Don't forget, there won't be one next week, but the final Marlene at Home will be, from this weekly series, will be on December 19th, when we'll be talking about Christmas celebrations. I hope you have a happy December as you get into the spirit of the season. Thanks for joining me at Marlene at Home.